Recording. Okay, just hanging out. Day 32. I think I'll stop counting. What happened to Tartaria? That's stupid. Who was Tartaria? Also stupid. I'll title the video one of those. So what are you guys doing? Wonder what everybody's doing. Some people are doing the exact same thing they've always done, and that could be good, depending on what that is. I hate the pop filter, this big shitty thing, and I think it diminishes the sound, but the occasion that I should use the P word, popcorn, Peter, Paul, pickle, I might get an unpleasant sound. Don't care. Don't give a shizzle. And that's really what it comes down to. I don't give a shit. I think what America is missing is the guru. Not enough gurus. Maybe there's like tech gurus, tech bros. Bro is the guru. I'm talking real gurus, like real shatter reality gurus, like in India. I don't know how many gurus. I mean, maybe every like 1 out of 10 people. Certainly 1 out of 100. And these gurus are awesome. They're like Jesus type people. Like, we're crazy. What a psycho non-guru having culture. Like, we should have a new guru every day. And that's how it is in India. Amazing people. And they're respected. They're usually homeless, just like Jesus. And I would be homeless. I mean, I wouldn't need to own anything if I'd just be left alone. If I could just build wherever I wanted to. I probably wouldn't care about ownership. You could do that in other countries. You can't do that in the land of the free. Oh no. I think just being homeless is illegal, actually. I thank you for joining me today. I love you all. God bless and welcome. Oh my God, this is how you're starting out? Yes, actually. Some people say I've become salty since I've quit smoking, and that may be. I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. Maybe I'll start again one day. Maybe when I'm pretty sure that death is right around the corner. I don't know. It's just a pain in the ass, really. Once you start, it's just this constant struggle just to keep them in your pocket. And a real pain in the ass. I really enjoy not having to go anywhere. I have to force myself to go places now. It was one of the reasons I left the house. I think it was the reason I did a lot of things. I think it was like an excuse. Here I'm looking at Twitter, or X. Why is that such an interesting name? Why is our present reality so creative? Here we can see Marcia. Is that her name? Marcia Mahalo? She's the only person that ever gave me a copyright strike. Thank you, Marcia. I removed the video years ago, like 6 or 7 years ago. Don't even dare use any parts of Marcia's video. And here she's complaining about the hypocrisy of creators of Tartaria myth. And she's right. I agree with her on this one. I think that these AI Tartaria channels have ruined Tartaria. Just a bunch of bullshit AI pictures. Really pretty depressing. Just gross. And really, it's not just making fake pictures. It's having AI make videos and script videos. Make fake pictures for the fake videos. And I don't care. I don't care what people do. I mean, my research is my research. Other people's research, or lack of it, AI-induced, doesn't affect my research. But it does affect the masses and what the future will think about Tartaria. I think it will not be taken seriously. They've already shaped the narrative. Most people looking for information about it will be directed to bullshit. But here I punched in Tartaria on X, and somebody shared this map. An incredible map of Tartaria from 1657. And this is good. The maps are good. I should find a better one. But let's have a quick look. Asia, Africa, India, a lot of lands and a lot of charting of the realm in this early time period. And here we can see China. And I've never seen this map before. This is super exciting. And up here, of course, we see Tartaria. Really spread it out, starting over here by the Caspian Sea, going across the Himalayas. And the Himalayas are called the Kazaki Tartami. Map is a little hard to read. I wish I could make it bigger. Pretty awesome. A lot of rivers, or are they canals? I mean, seriously, look at this. From the Northern Ocean here, this river essentially cuts through like a huge chunk. Huge, like almost going across all of Asia. And here we can even see this river cutting through the Great Wall. The Great Wall looks awesome here. Almost as massive as the mountains. I think that's what I'm seeing here. Maybe I'll try to find a better resolution. This is gold right here. This is all we need. We don't need fake BS pictures made by AI. We just need an old map showing us what now does not exist. And it's not just the map. The map is like history, not only geographically. There's just so much more to a map, so much information packed into these old maps. Here we can see America parts. And here, if only we could get this thing to be bigger, we have tons of information here. Like a whole damn story. What a story. Like a book on the side of this map. And below it, just pages of a book. So much more than a map. Let me take a quick moment, try to find a better resolution, because this is just sick. All these little images will need to be explored in greater detail. All of them. And then this little book around it. Unbelievable. So let's take a quick pause. Okay, let's have a look together, why don't we? Let's grab this picture here. Here we go. Okay, this item is a rare 17th century antique wall map of Asia. Specifically the Nova Exactica Asia Geographica Descripto. Originally created by a Dutch cartographer, Willem Janzoen Blaeu. Map features. It is a foundational map of the era, known for its elaborate floral borders, depictions based on Portuguese and Dutch sources. The map is flanked with side panels containing 16 illustrations and cultures and peoples in local costumes. Text panels below the map is an extensive letterpress of text in Latin, providing detailed descriptions of the Asian regions, history, and culture. It is mounted on linen. So yeah, thank God it's on linen. And that would explain why it's kind of crusty. Let's see if we can get a good resolution here. This seems pretty good. Looks like that's as good as we're gonna get. Actually, my copy is pretty decent. I have to remember that it's not just the smoker that wants to freak out. We all struggle. We all want to freak out sometimes. And that's okay. Okay, this is pretty sweet. Actually, we're in Korea. Look how they spelled Korea back here. The C, and it's just all one. Korea Insula, maybe Korea Island. Look at this super castle city here. Still grainy as fuck, forgive me. And here is Japan, spelled differently, way larger, and pretty much reaching out here towards America. Here in the corner, I love the little corner maps, always stressing things. We see Greenland up here. Oceanus Tartaricus, so the Tartary Ocean. Here we see Tartaria. Here we see Russia on the far left. Finlandia, Finland. So how so much stays the same in such an amount of time, and then so much is destroyed and renamed. And in fact, I have a little surprise. Speaking of renaming, we'll have a little look at some cities that were renamed. And this is a nation that was renamed. Essentially, Tartaria was renamed Russia. That's all. There is no longer a Tartaria. And history will have people believe that this was not significant. Just the name of a territory and not a people. And today I hope to prove that that is false. That in fact they were a people. So let's take a pause. Okay, am I recording? Yes. So yeah, were they really a people? Look at this ghoulish character here. And here too, all kinds of secret characters in here. A lot of truth all over. Nothing is by accident. And again, if anybody ever saw this map and cared, it might just be looking at the map. And yet there's so much more. Here it says Lassie. Sometimes I tell Chief that he's Lassie's cousin. Lassie's Native American cousin. So here we can see different types of people. And again, the map is from 1657. 1657, a masterpiece of the Dutch Golden Age. We see people here. We see an ass-kicking people. This man, sword. We might say primitive clothing, but this is awesome clothing. This is super leisure and comfortable and nice boots. This guy, before Santa Claus. This man, like Santa Claus was like hijacked. Like when we see a man like this, we essentially have the hijacking of Santa Claus. Santa is bullshit, and this is the real deal. This man, these people, this lady, these two ladies, their culture, just hanging out. Just a fine garb wearing, hanging out people. Here we have Arabs before they were the Arabs that they are today. Here's the old Arabs, seeming pretty Caucasian. And here are Syrians. Again, same thing. The onion hat. I mean, people with an onion hat build beautiful buildings with onion domes. Here we have everyone in onion hats or pointy cone head hats. Arabs, Armenians, Persians. Again, very, very elegant. Fine silk clothing. Machine made, I would argue. Very fine. Fine boots, fine babes. Armenia. Now we have, I don't know, Brahmanis. And kind of reminding me of like India in a way. Like this guy could be a yogi or a guru. And this guy's like rich on the right. And this guy's more of a guru. I mean, he's not wearing much. Enough. Just doesn't really give a shit. Hair? This guy looking like Greek or Roman right here. From another land, totally Greek or Roman. Toga, kind of olive things in his hair. But very pleasant. And here we have some Native American kind of people. Native people. Everybody at peace in this time period, in this old, beautiful world. Total peace. Here we see Pagani. I'm not sure about these people. Very pleasant, just prancing around. Look at this hat, like a scarecrow kind of North American farming hat. Way back. So all the hats have been hijacked by these people and repurposed. This is totally like a redneck, hillbilly kind of hat. And we actually see the Peruvians sometimes wearing these hats. Understanding the older origins, the Peruvians will of course be honoring the older traditions. This is great. And I don't know, I'm not sure about this one. Again, seeming like 3 different people, at least, but very elegant, much more than primitive. Fine thread. So let's jump over to the other side. That's actually what I was wanting to show you. Okay, these people. And here we have, I'm not sure what some of these nations are, but I believe that a lot of these nations will have also been renamed or wiped out, just like Tartary. So I'm not a big believer that everything was Tartary, like some people might propose in this community. To me, that's stupid. I mean, we have the map here showing that. It's not all Tartaria. It's not all Tartarian people. Tartarian people were just one of the people. Here we go. We have Tartaria here. But within Tartaria, just like within the United States, we're going to have all the states and totally different people within Tartaria. And then we have other nations as well, obviously. We have China here, India here. So we have all the nations. It's not all Tartaria. Tartaria is just up here. And yet these people were displaced. Name of the country has changed, and the people have been pretty much diffused. And here, just to stop beating around the bush, we are shown Tartarians. Here we go. They have their own little square. And we also see Muscovites, like Moscow, like from Russia. And look at this, looking very royal, this lady. Just another people. Look at this lady smiling. I mean, this is really, it's like the Sears catalog, you know? These are probably like pictures now turned into sketches, but really depicting what's going on at the time. Look how elegant the Muscovites are, and look how elegant the Tartarians are. So here are some bona fide Tartarians. Actually looking a little more brute than the Muscovites here. A little more brute, a little more ass-kicking. This man, really interesting. But again, with the boots and the fine threads and the absolute elegance. Like this would cost a fortune today to have such fine threads. Nothing you can buy at Walmart. You can't buy this shit at Walmart. Look at her pointy boots. And here we have Le Poney, or this might be the Japanese. Look at these guys. These guys have some serious weapons. Look, this one is smoking like he's just used it. Unbelievable. Like what? 1600s? These guys have these ass-kicking firearms over their shoulders. I mean, we see their swords. Here's their awesome swords. And look at this over their shoulders. And look at these guys. Again, this is fine. If you can walk around with fire sticks on your shoulder like this, these fine reds and swords, life is good. And they look like life is good. They just went duck hunting or something. And here, of course, we have Chinese. And look at the Chinese. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at the Chinese. This is sick. Absolutely sick. I wasn't even in the mood tonight, and I'm super excited right now. Super, super excited. See the Chinese in 1680. Here we go. Hold everything. Pause. Okay, forgive me, that was too much. Unbelievable. I looked at it already too. Looked at all this, but maybe I'm looking more carefully. Today I was looking at 3 trees and I thought they were 3 pines. And then after like 5 minutes I looked at them again and it was actually 1 pine and 2 non-pines. So I don't know. I mean, I think reality can change, but sometimes we're just not looking as carefully as we could. So here we go again. I don't know. Look at this guy. All of them. Just really worth a discussion, but let's stick to China here. This is pretty mind-blowing. China, Japan, and Tartary. I mean, what? What kind of world is this? This is a world that has been kept from us. The Muscovites, Tartarians, Japanese, gone duck hunting, and the Chinese that are just worth discussing here for a minute. Again, the fine threads, the pointy boots, amazing hats, amazing perms. Look at this perm. No, they kind of do look Chinese a little bit, but this is really special. I mean, here again, the origins. This is the origins of the scarecrow hillbilly hat. Hillbilly hat is not a hillbilly hat in the end. It's an old Chinese hat. And someone else too was using it. I forget who. Someone. One of these characters. But all kinds of hats. I mean, right along the hillbilly hat, you have this one. I mean, this thing, something else. So I would love to read Latin. I would love to see if we can copy some of this text. But yeah, not at all what we're being told. I mean, we're being gaslit. Again, you have to understand. We're told there are no Tartarians. We're told Tartaria. I mean, if you like Google it or wiki it or even ask some professor bastard at some university, they're going to tell you that there were no Tartarian people. And what, this map was just stupid? That's what we're to believe? No, this map is the truth. It's just too much. All of this is too much to just be BS. And down here, there are cities. Cities. Big buildings. Names of places that are not the names today. Look at this layout. Everything. Perfect. Castles back here in the mountains, in the forest. Starfort layouts. Castle City. Ormus. Here it says Aden. Could that be Eden? Super Castle City in the forest. Here we see Jerusalem. So Jerusalem, pretty major, pretty important in this map. Close-up of Jerusalem and a close-up of Damascus. This is gorgeous. I mean, castles, cathedrals, 1, 2, right in the center, tons. Damascus and Tamagusta, Starfort. Clearly a Starfort city, right? Clearly depicted. Where is this? And Rhodos? Look at the city of Rhodos. Super, like, triple wall around it. A triple wall. Like an amphitheater city. Super, super mind-blowing. Ugh. And I mean, in theory, I could find all of these. These are just highlighting what we're seeing somewhere here. I mean, clearly Jerusalem we could find. Jerusalem will be like here somewhere, but it's too damn grainy. But this is a really good map. This is unbelievable. Look at all these castle cities. I mean, super, super, super development. Look at this. All of this. Do we see pyramids? I don't see pyramids, but again, it's kind of grainy, but we do see castles everywhere. And how about the Straits of Hormuz? The Straits of Chocolate Mousse. Super built out, like more civilization in this old time period. Now it is just absolute desert. Super, super desertified. And here it's depicted as like non-stop rivers and cities. Rivers and castles. Rivers and castles. Unbefrickin-leavable. This is so, so awesome. Okay, here it says something Tartars. Tartars would love to have this in crisp resolution. We'll take what we can get. Okay, let's take a pause. Ooh, everything went into like night mode. It's so blue. Why? Why? Oh, why? I hope it's not so blue for you guys. God, what a blue world. What a shitty blue world. Really though. Like, the world was only warmer as you went back in time. It really was. Look at all this shit. I think a lot of this land is gone. A lot of this land is not here. This is freaking nuts. Are you seeing this? I'm tripping. Tripping. Blue world. The blue world is the result of, like, the LED world. The shitty LED world. I grew up with street lights made of high-pressure sodium bulbs. High-pressure sodium is very warm, almost like a little fire. Sun puts out a lot of reds. At least it did. Even it has changed. I swear. It used to be warmer too. That's really weird, actually, that the sun and our world has changed its lighting. I mean, that's why I like the winter, having fires in my fireplace, my stove, with a glass window. So warm, so cozy and healing, red, warm light. Oh, forgive me. I have to show you this square land, though. What's up with this square land? So anyway, everything changes. They want to discredit this map, of course. There's a lot of critics that criticize this map. And I disagree. I criticize this. This is what I criticize, not this. But anyway, they change names, but sometimes they don't change names. That's what's interesting. How much stays the same? Arabia, Lawrence of Arabia. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I was talking about. I mean, you could say, oh, you know, they renamed this because it was just time to rename it. No. I mean, I don't think you would just rename things. You rename things to cover up the history. That's my opinion. And let's look at some North American cities that have been renamed. And what could we learn about this renaming? I mean, I think we learn a lot. We learn a lot when we look at these maps. We learn that there's a deception. And so if we're like researching something, but it's been renamed, we might kind of hit a wall with our research. We might want to find out the original name. We've discussed in the past how New York City was like New Amsterdam. I wonder if it tells us that on this little map. Yes, here we go. New York City, New Amsterdam. 1664. So around the time of this map right here. Okay, so wrap your head around that, please. Forgive me, I'm being sassy. Around the time of this map. And here's America. We're to believe that some assholes are renaming New Amsterdam to New York City? I mean, that's stupid, right? The time of this map? I mean, our country is not even bona fide until 1776. And here in 1664, they changed it to New York City. What else? Anchorage, Alaska. So Alaska's not even a state in 1915. Not even a state? Alaska became a state in 1959. 1959. 49th state. So why are you renaming anything in Alaska in 1915? Come on, does that make any sense? Ooh, that was a tongue bite. bite. I don't know if you guys got that. A good tongue bite. Not really, metaphorically. So Anchorage was originally called Ship Creek. Oh, that's important. Again, it's not even a state. It will not be a state for many years. And yet someone... Boss, we need to rename that Ship Creek to Anchorage. Why? Well, why? Why is really interesting. Maybe Ship Creek is like a giveaway, actually. Why is it called Ship Creek? And mind you, Anchorage, I think, is the capital city, not even some podunker. We could look. Forgive my ignorance. Here we go. So in 1915, we're to believe... First of all, this is like really mind-blowing, actually. This is like really an advanced circuit board city for Alaska, to be quite frank. Golf coursage, which equals Scrape Fest, of course. Pretty mind-blowing, actually. So here we go. This will have been the airport, the overly excessive airport, like in the corner here. This is too much. Never really had a peek at Anchorage before. But anyway, in 1915, before it was even a state, it had the name as Ship Creek. And no doubt, a great port. Look at this. Totally a great place to pull ships into. A great port city. No doubt. Totally built out. Forgive me, I'm just totally geeking out now. Totally geeking out. Just like harp or something. Anyway, Ship Creek, Alaska. Before it was Alaska, was renamed. The reason, I love that. Growth. What growth? You don't even have a state yet. Oklahoma City. The old name was just unassigned lands in 1890. It's not a good one. Juneau, again an Alaskan city. Juneau had to be renamed. Have a little look at Juneau. Juneau's like in BFE. Are you serious? Who cares? Why would you even rename this city? Pretty awesome, actually. I can't even believe that this is a city. Look at this. Sick. I don't think that's another Juneau. This is not Juneau, Alaska. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. This is probably a weird little sliver of Alaska. I didn't know they had a little sliver like this. And it's really remote. Anyway, I digress. Next, we have Tucson. Awesome. In Arizona. Oh, look at the reason for Juneau, that podunk town. The reason was honoring a person. There we go. So it was originally Harrisburg or Rockwell. In 1881, again, Alaska is not even a state, and we're renaming 2 cities now. So this is clearly some sort of cover-up here. And mind you, Alaska is just neighboring with Tartaria. Tucson was called Presidio San Agustin del Tucson. Again, before Arizona will have been a state, I believe. Arizona was founded in 1885. Colorado Springs in Colorado was originally called Fountain Colony. That's fascinating. Cheyenne, Wyoming was called Crow Creek Crossing, and the reason was Native American roots. Yeah, Crow Creek. It's kind of cool. And here Boise has like French names, which makes more sense. Le Bois, which would mean the wood, and Fort Boise. Seattle was called Du Wamps. San Francisco, we've seen on old maps, Yerba Buena. And we've also seen San Francisco portrayed as Sir Francis Drake Land. Chicago, Fort Dearborn. We've also seen it portrayed on old maps as Shilaga. Houston was Harrisburg. Madison was Catfish Creek area. Tallahassee, Florida, in 1824 renamed from Anhaika, the Appalachee capital. Detroit was Fort Pontchartrain du Detroit. Raleigh, North Carolina was renamed from Wake Courthouse. Nashville was Fort Nashboro. Louisville, Kentucky was Beargrass. 1780. Pittsburgh, Fort Duquesne. Baton Rouge, Louisiana was Istruma. That's a really interesting one. And here it tells us the French explorers adopted their translation of the Choctaw name. Trenton, New Jersey was called Trentstown. How interesting that sounds like Trenchtown. We talked about New York City. Albany was Fort Orange or Beverwyck. And Providence, Rhode Island was Moose Hassock in 1636. it was changed. So pretty fascinating. And one more quick thing, I just wanted to touch on this. I think I'll make another video on it. This was shared by a kind Patreon. Snug Harbor. The entire complex is a National Historic Landmark, and it is on the north shore of Staten Island. In fact, I've saved it here, at least a little pin. Let me show you real quick. So it's this little compound. So fascinating. And a lot of it has been preserved. It's this park, Snug Harbor. And it's so interesting. It's just full of old world buildings. Could have been a little mini World's Fair. I mean, just a little of everything, but really probably just a little community. Let me drop the man here just to show you what we're looking at. So here we go. Look at this building with these Corinthian columns. And this afterthought, a lot has been bricked up and blocked up. Look at all this brick. Look at these odd doors that make no sense. Probably fire escapes for each level, but a really strange little preservation of buildings. Just unusually packed together. They could have been libraries or courthouses or cathedrals, and these babies have no designations. And I think all over the realm we would see examples like this. Super mind-blowing that they were not supposed to be what they became. And cathedrals, schools, gardens, too many. This was considered for demolition in 1960. So a lot of this could have been demolished, and so much has been. But this is just one little example of what the old world would have looked like, what people inherited and stumbled upon. And in this case, this little area has been preserved. Could have been demolished and sold off for real estate, and for whatever reason, somebody has preserved it, and just super beautiful. Really exciting discovery here. And here you can see why maybe it could be World's Ferry. Just a lot of eclectic buildings, a lot of weirdness and gardens. They could have easily had some kind of event here and, just painted everything white like they did for World's Fairs. Plenty of buildings with no real designation. Sometimes they call them temples and sometimes nothing. Like this is called Building B. This mud-flooded Building B. Tons of brick. It looks like parts have been refacaded, and yet we can see a lot of brickage, a lot of unfinished brick, especially on the sides. It's like the fronts are refaced, and the sides, like I was showing you earlier, are totally bricked out. So here's the music hall, just random. Like the most random city for no one. Here's Building D. Just Building D. There we go. Mind blower, right? All of it. So what a joy. I hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed everything in this video. A true exploration. So thank you for joining me. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.